What's going on, guys? So we're going out this morning to train some push day. My current goal is to put on some muscle size, and Justin's, it's his first day back today, so we're gonna get back into it. He's lost some weight because we haven't trained since February. So we're gonna put on some muscle size on him as well, and I wanted to videotape this. We're gonna start recording workouts because I want to show you guys the amount of progress you can make, and I want to show you how we progress with strength training with somebody who's pretty new to it. He's taken the last February to September now. He's taken that off from training altogether. So he's basically a beginner at this, and we're gonna go back and I want to show you how we progress from beginner to intermediate all the way to advanced, and hopefully this will help a lot of you guys. So let's get to it. Push day coming at you. What's going on, guys? So I thought the best way to do this would be to have the video clip of me doing my set of the exercise, followed by Justin doing his set of the exercise. So if you're more advanced, you can kind of follow what I'm doing. If you're more of a beginner, follow what Justin's doing. So we started off here with 4 sets of 3 on the bench press. I went 295 for a top set, and then I dropped down to 275 to complete the last 3 sets. So since it was Justin's first day back, we really took it light and we went with 115 here. I recommend this if you're getting back into lifting, to just start with a light weight that you can move for sure for the amount of reps that you're going for. Here mid set, I told him to pause at the bottom. I want to get him used to driving through the legs as a beginner. That's a really important concept to get used to. All right, next up we did some incline dumbbell bench. I used the 90s here, and they felt pretty light. We did 3 sets of 8. And really right here, I like to focus on just keeping the chest up. And my biggest thing is I like to focus on breathing in on the negative and then exhaling as I drive the weights back to the top. So again, Justin's following the same routine, but he's doing a lighter weight. So here he's using the 40-pound dumbbells, and he's doing 3 sets of 8 with me as well. I noticed that he had a hard time with the breathing here, breathing in on the inhale. And then the full exhale is hard for a lot of people because they like to hold the breath in, but sometimes that makes it hard to complete the rep right there specifically. Next up, I just did some body weight dips. I took these slow, and I really focused on stretching the chest, getting a good stretch. And I like to focus on breathing in and then exhaling on the way up, and just getting that routine and finding that flow of just making the exercise real easy. We did 3 sets of 12 here. So if you have a hard time doing body weight dips, if you can only do a few reps, then we can set up the cables like this. We have Justin here sitting up tall. He's got his core tight. His glutes are flexed forward, and he's keeping his chest up. And I told him to focus on keeping his elbows in. He's driving the weight straight down, so this is simulating a dip, but we get to choose our own weight and also add a stabilization aspect to the exercise as well. So here we did some dumbbell leaning side raises. We went pretty heavy. I think I'm using the 40s here, and we did 1 set of 10 with this, and then we did 1 set of 10 where we had the hand pronated, so the palms up, and we went a little bit lighter. But when we do this exercise, we want to get our feet close to the pole, and we want to get that back arm straight and lean away because we want to go heavy on this exercise. Exhale on the way up and then inhale on the negative, and really get swinging here, and you can get some heavy weight with these side raises and really overload those side delts in a way that they're not used to. So we did 1 set of 10, and then we did 1 set of 10 with a pronated grip that we didn't record. So here's Justin hitting these. I think he used the 25s here. So he went a lot heavier than he usually goes on the side raises as well. But you can see he's having a hard time leaning and getting comfortable with that lean. So really try to get comfortable with getting that back arm straight and leaning, and you can almost turn this exercise into something that just flows and kind of goes naturally. You can see here, I think I told him to straighten his arm a little bit, and see he's getting a little bit better here. The upper traps are moving a little more than we'd like, but he gets it better. See how he's getting better as we go. It's a great way to overstimulate the side delts and overload a little bit. So since we overloaded the side delts in the last exercise, now we're going to take it a little lighter. We did cable side raises, and we did 2 sets of 20. The first 10 reps we'd do full reps where we'd go all the way to the top, and the second 10 reps of the set, once we got burnt out with the delts a little bit, we would just do partial reps, driving the weight straight to the side and only up a few inches. This is a really good way to overload the side delt in a safe way where we're not trying to do too much by completing the full reps here. So Justin did the same thing here. He went with a little bit lighter of a weight. And a big thing that we wanted to do here was have him drive the cables out to the side and really feel the side delts. I find it's really important for people beginning with working out to establish a good mind-muscle connection. So you can see here he struggled to get it up, and then we started partial reps. And this is just, we want to get him to feel that muscle so he understands what it feels like to hit the side delt, especially the side delt because it's a really hard muscle to feel. So he said he was feeling this one burn after, so that was really good.
That was pretty good. They get right there really quick. Yeah.
And next up, we hit some tricep pushdowns. We went pretty heavy here, so we just did 3 sets of 8. Not thinking about the tempo too much, but keeping the core tight is what I like to think about. And I like to think about breathing here as well, inhaling and then exhaling on the negative and squeezing the triceps. So you can see here his setup is a little bit different from mine. He stands a little bit taller. What I would actually recommend him to do is to get his back bent a little bit, but also keeping it straight, almost like a RDL, so he can get better leverage when he presses down and get his chest more over the bar. And we finished off the workout with tricep pushdowns. We used a light weight here, and we crossed the cables. So this was more of a unilateral movement. You controlled each cable separately. For me, I was really just trying to pump the triceps here and give them a really good burn to finish off the workout. Simulate just hypertrophy throughout the muscle because I felt like the triceps needed that today. So we busted out 20 here, and we did 2 sets of 20. And it's a really awesome exercise to just pump the triceps here. So Justin did the same thing. He did 2 sets of 20, but the focus here was more on feeling the muscle. It was feeling the muscle for me as well, but I really took it light for him and just wanted him to just feel the triceps, because just like the side delt, the tricep is another muscle that is hard for a lot of people to feel. So we're really just having him pump it out here and really feel that. Keeping his elbows close to his body helps a lot. All right, and then the last thing we did was an ab circuit. We started off with cable crunches. Here I like to think about driving my elbows to my knees. I inhale on the way up, and then I exhale on the negative as I squeeze the abs. We did 3 sets of 10 on the cable crunch, followed by hanging leg raise, and then followed by a bridge crunch. So with the cable crunch, we did sets of 10. We changed the weight depending on what 10 reps was. And then for the hanging leg raise and for the bridge crunch, we would go until failure each time, and we would do 3 total sets. So this is a really good way to burn the abs and get the abs totally engaged, is to do a strength exercise to start and then finish it with 2 body weight exercises until failure. Especially this bridge crunch here. This is a new exercise that I've found that is a really amazing way to finish the abs. I just focus on breathing here. So I breathe in on the bridge and then I exhale as I crunch up. And your abs get just ridiculously pumped on this exercise. They'll probably cramp up like every set, but you just got to breathe and that'll avoid the cramping. Absolutely amazing exercise and ab circuit. I would recommend just don't go close to something, otherwise you might hit your head on it. So yeah, we did 3 sets here, and this finished the workout off. So we hit chest and shoulders and triceps today, which was just a push day. Our heavy movement was the bench press, and it was a really good workout overall. So Justin did the same thing. We just lowered the weight a little bit. One thing that he said is that he didn't feel the cable crunches as much as he felt the other exercises. And I told him that's actually okay because this is our strength exercise, so I want him to focus more on the movement and performing the movement properly rather than feeling the muscle. So when you are doing cable crunches, don't worry if you're not feeling them amazingly. When you hit these last exercises, that's when you're going to feel the abs really engaged because you fatigued them already with the cable crunch. And that's where you're going to build the muscle size. And these last exercises are just going to burn them out and also build that muscular endurance in the abs and build the shred look. The cable crunch will build more of the abs that'll be powerful and strong, and these will shred the abs. And they're really good for your cardiovascular system as well. So he finished here with 25 crunch bridges, and really we tried to get him to focus on breathing through this because it's a really, really hard exercise to keep going on. It feels like your abs are going to cramp, but you just need to keep breathing through it. And I think that's the biggest thing that we focused on today, is getting him used to focus on his breathing during the exercises rather than focusing on the reps. And I would count the reps for him and he wouldn't even need to think about it. I highly recommend that for beginners. Consciously breathe through every exercise.